Mm. Right, welcome to Full Time Score with your boy TC Ramokwas. I'm not alone, of course. I'm with my main man, Sifiso, for another weekly episode of our Full Time Score show here. Sifiso, how's it going tonight, man?
I'm good, and you say I'm good. I'm good. Always happy to be here. Always happy to be here.
No, man, it's good to hear that you're good, man. I'm also good. Another weekend, CAF Champions
Yeah,
League. And these days, CAF is always on TV these days, which I'm enjoying. I'm happy about it. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
I want us to start
yeah,
with
yeah.
Orlando Pirates. Again, they got it done. 3 points in the bag against Sears Belzoid. Um, Officially in the quarterfinal stage now. Last year, remember they went out early in the preliminary rounds. They went out to Jwaneng FC from Botswana. This year they came back stronger, looked more prepared. They haven't been amazing. They haven't been fantastic. They haven't been world class, but they've been effective. They're in the quarterfinal. What's our take on that position of Orlando Pirates this season?
Yeah, no, congratulations for them to qualify in the knockout stage. It's truly amazing what they've achieved. Orlando Pirates has achieved something that we never thought they would achieve, especially after what they've been through as a team. I mean, the experience is not that much there. You can just see, but no one thought I'm one of the people who didn't think Barcelona will reach that stage with Champions League, given which they want to win the league and they want to challenge for the league. But yeah, they really disappointed me. Yeah, they really disappointed me. And I'm happy what they've achieved as a team. When you go to CAF Champions League, you need experience. You need
Mm.
experience. And experience is the one that will make you win the tournament or maybe go as far as you can go. But without experience, it's very tough to make it in the CAF Champions League. And for them to strike the balance between the CAF and the league is truly amazing what Pirates has achieved in the past few seasons. Since Coach Rivero has come to Orlando Pirates, things have been coming okay. And I'm happy that overall, Pirates took time and make sure that they invest in the young players, and it worked for them.
Mm.
We thank MTC. We thank MTC, the Reserve League in South Africa. We don't want to lose MTC, and they must not make a mistake of destroying that league because it's
Mm.
very, very crucial for South African football. And this will give a lot of players exposure,
Mm.
especially Relebohile Mofokeng, Nota. I'm talking about young players. They will get enough exposure in the country as well as in Africa as a whole.
Mm.
So it's a very good achievement for Orlando Pirates. And now the sky is only the limit, but the real football starts in the knockout stage.
Mm.
That's where we'll see what will happen there. And that's when we see how strong Pirates is and the depth that they have. Will it work for them? Will it be enough for the CAF Champions League? But for now, they just need to celebrate the fact that they are in the knockout stage and
Mm.
they'll take it from there. But I'm happy for Orlando Pirates and what they've achieved.
Yeah, myself included, man. I didn't think it would go this well. I figured it might go either way. I felt maybe the lack of experience, also squad management, squad depth. I think
Mm.
I mentioned that last week in our episode. I was worried about that, but they've seemed
Yeah.
to have managed it well. They're still doing very good in the league. They've got a cup, and now they're in the quarterfinal with a game to spare. They're in the quarterfinal of the CAF Champions League, and we know I think they're going to Al Ahly next week. To Cairo, very very difficult place traditionally to go, but they've already signed, sealed, and delivered it. In fact, it's kind of almost a dead rubber for Pirates. It's just a case of maybe securing top spot so that they may get an opponent who may be slightly easier. Because if you come second, you'll get the number one of another group. So if you come first, at least you get a number two of another group, which will probably be a bit lighter. But it's CAF Champions League. All the opponents are more or less the same. It's tough to go anywhere in Africa, whether you're going to Congo, you're going to North Africa, you're going to wherever. It's tough. It's tough, tough, tough. But they deserve all the credit, man. We need to take off our heads to them. They've been fantastic. They've been not fantastic, but they've done a fantastic job. Let me put it that way. And they deserve to be where they are. Coach, as you said, Coach Jose Riviero, he's kept a lot of people quiet, myself included. When he first got the job, I was like, what's this now? Here we go again. Another European coach no one's heard of. What's he going to bring? But to his full credit, he's done a fantastic job of the Orlando Pirates. The young players he's managed to put in the team, improve and develop in the team. Difficult to do at a top team like Orlando Pirates because we know traditionally fans of big teams are impatient of young players, very impatient of the young players. But these young players, they've come in, they've done a good job. There's also other issues that he seems to have handled quite well. We hear rumors there's these issues with Saleng, there's been an issue with Tito, but he's managed to handle that quite well. They're still fixing all those, but then they're still winning. He deserves a lot of credit. I liked what I saw. Um, I want to ask you, how far do you think they can go?
Yeah, you mentioned something that is very important, especially how he handles the situation with players like Abu Saleng and other Utito and so on, because those things can make an impact, a very, very bad impact to the team, and we might end up losing the whole thing that he has built to Coach Rivero. And he has built a very strong squad, a very strong team in Orlando Pirates. And Mina, looking at how far they can go, I really don't care that much, Renataba. As much as I wish for them to reach maybe as far as the semifinals, go further from the quarterfinals, but I really feel Uguti they have achieved a lot for themselves. Because let us be fair to Orlando Pirates. You and I have been discussing and talking about the pressure that is in CAF Champions League, the conditions playing out, especially playing away, the conditions that are there, and the struggles that we have as South African teams when it comes to CAF Champions League. It is not an easy thing. So I think looking at that, it's going to be tough for Orlando Pirates for them to make it as far as maybe. I'm not sure, but CAF Champions League it's very tough, man. It's not easy. But I'm not worried where they will get as a team. I'm not worried. I'm not really worried. What I'm happy about is what they've achieved so far as a team, and what Coach Rivero has achieved for Orlando Pirates. And yeah, so I'm not really worried about that. But I think they can fight. They have the strength to fight. They do have the strength. They do have the squad that can fight. Going beyond, I'm not sure, but I think they have this because one thing I've learned about Pirates this season is their consistency, especially in the Champions League. They are very consistent. Yeah, they are very consistent in Champions League. And that could work for them. That could work for them. But the issue of playing in a knockout stage is totally different game than in the group stage, Taba. It's very, very difficult. That one is very difficult. I know maybe some people might say, Orlando Pirates know the Champions League. They won it in 95, but it's a total different ball game now. It's a total different ball game. We must not compare 95 to now, the 90s to now. It's total different ball game. So the reason I'm saying things have changed, football has evolved. There are so many challenges in the CAF Champions League that they were before. Is the football has changed and is more tougher now than it was before. So I think it's going to be tough. But I just wish they can go far, but I don't see them going that far.
Yeah, just don't tell because Orlando Pirates fans that don't compare 95 to 2025 because you absolutely that's 30 years ago. The game was very different. We're not even sure how the tournament was, the format of the tournament. No one's really sure how that even worked, man, back then. So it's a completely different ball game. I agree with you. I'll answer myself and say, yeah, I think they can. A tournament can be very random. We saw it with AFCON last year. This time, a tournament can be random. The big teams that we all think are going to do well can lose form. There could be issues with injuries and suspensions, and on a day you can just win your game. And a tournament is on the day, and Pirates have mastered the art of they know how to win on that day. The problem Pirates have had in at the domestic level is the long game, winning long, long, consistently over long periods of time. They had that last season. This is, of course, a new season. And maybe they can get a bit of luck in the quarterfinal. They win, more luck in the semis, they win, and then they in the final. And then they get more luck and they win the final. But we've seen with CAF Champions League, teams like Al Ahly, Wydad, Wydad Casablanca, they've mastered the thing of they don't have to be great throughout the tournament to win it at the end. You get me? They know how to play quarterfinal, semi-final, knockout football. They know how to. They've mastered it. Al Ahly mastered it. Wydad Casablanca mastered it. So we know what to expect going forward. And I think Pirates, I think we don't know. I agree with you. I'm not so sure how far they can go, but they've done well so far. Let's just take it the next step and let's see what they do in this quarterfinal, because the real tournament really starts at the quarterfinal, where the teams that know how to play knockout football know. Pirates do know it, but at a domestic level, not at that level. So we'll see how it goes. Sticking with the Champions League, Sifiso, Sundowns winning 2-1. Peter Shalulile coming off the bench, scoring 2 goals, giving Sundowns a lifeline. Sundowns looked like they were going to be in trouble again, but they managed to get a win up in Congo. Now, more or less almost there, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's in their hands. They just need to win on Sunday, and then that's the game for them. Or is it this weekend, Saturday or Sunday? I'm not sure. They just need to win, and then they're in another quarterfinal knockout phase. Your take on the situation of Sundowns, because we expected the other things to be away around. We expected Sundowns to be like Pirates and cruise in, and then Pirates to struggle a bit, but things seem to have done that. Pirates cruised, Sundowns have been limping and limping and limping. Your take on Sundowns?
Yeah, I think well done to Mamelodi Sundowns for winning that game. Playing in PRC, the conditions there, even the pitch, I don't think it was that
I think it's an
nice,
artificial pitch.
conducive as they are used to. Yeah, yeah. So I think they did well for themselves, but they won't just is it a convincing win? Not that much, but Peter Shalule once again showing the experience that we've been talking about in the CAF Champions League. Having a striker who's been there for a while, Mamelodi Sundowns, a striker who's been scoring more than 30 goals, Mamelodi Sundowns, a striker that has a history before Mamelodi Sundowns playing for Highlands Park, knowing the league of the PSL very well, and being to Sundowns for more than 3 seasons now, and he's been doing so well. Although he doesn't have that season, in the past few seasons, he was not scoring that much. But where he's needed, he does deliver. I think Sundowns needed a player like Shalulile. And this message goes to Cardoso. Shalulile is very, very important to Mamelodi Sundowns. He's a key player. He's key player. He needs to keep Peter Shalulile fit as much as possible. He needs to keep Peter Shalulile fit as much as possible, because Peter Shalulile is one of those players that are very experienced in Mamelodi Sundowns, and is a key striker. He's scoring goals, man. Although Peter Shalulile might not be in a great form, but when the right time comes for him to score and deliver, he will deliver. He doesn't need to be in that great form for him to deliver, but he does deliver. But I'm happy about Mamelodi Sundowns. It was not a convincing win. I hope maybe against they're playing AS Fan in their last game.
Yes.
Yeah. I hope I think I hope they deliver, because they're playing at home. I think they'll have better results in that game. I think that they win that final game. They will. They will win that final game. But in this CAF Champions League, they haven't been that convincing so far in their group. They haven't been consistent as the Orlando Pirates is. But Mr. Tabang, Mamelodi Sundowns has been in this CAF for a while now. They know what to do. And I think they've learned their lesson against Raja Casablanca. And they've seen their mistakes. And I hope they fix their mistakes, and they are ready to go forward with making sure that they get better results and get better performance because Mamelodi Sundowns has been doing so well, playing that shoe shining piano football so nicely, but it's no longer like that. We no longer find that game each and every game. We find different type of football that they play. Although they are playing shoe shining piano, but it's no longer that gelling as it used to be. It's no longer consistent. That's what I'm trying to say, as it used to be in the past seasons. But that I don't think that will have any impact in them going further in the CAF because, man, they are experienced. They have international players who've been there in the CAF Champions League for a while now. They won't now. Modiba, the list goes on. So I don't have any. I'm not scared. I'm not. I don't have any. I'm not never support Mamelodi Sundowns going further. I think they'll go as far as they could in the CAF Champions League.
Yeah, I agree with you on the experience part. That's why last week I was so disappointed because you expect guys who've been playing in CAF for so long
Yes.
to know all the flicks and the tricks and all the mindset and all the mind games. They should know them by now, but they failed that other week. But this past weekend, they looked a bit more composed. They looked like they were more focused, even though, yes, they conceded a goal literally against the run of play. What a good goal. A guy ran from his own half all the way to Sundowns and scores a good goal, catches Williams by surprise at the near post, which never happens because Williams is a world-class goalkeeper. It should never happen. Outside of that, I felt Sundowns were okay. They kept going at it. They kept plugging away. They kept playing. I do have some concerns. As you said, it wasn't Sundowns' best ever performance. I'm still concerned about some individuals. The first individual I'm concerned about is Mr. Salles. I get it. He's a new signing from Brazil. Big money, apparently, 60 million allegedly. I've not seen anything. And again, on Saturday afternoon, nothing again. So he offered us nothing. He missed a clear-cut goal. Again, really doesn't interact. I'm going to say this to you now, my friend. Arthur Salles is not a striker. He's not a number 9. He's probably a number 10 or a number 8. Someone who plays in between the lines behind the striker. The position that Sundowns is trying to force him to play is not for him. I think. The games I've seen him play, when he drops deep into midfield, I think he's better on the ball. Then when he's trying to make runs in behind and trying to box entries and trying to space himself to shoot, I don't like to target football players specifically because obviously he's a human being and it's his job. I don't want to be that person, but I'm just saying that from what I've seen in him, they are forcing him to do something he's really not equipped to do. Maybe to consider playing him in a different position and let's see. Until he plays more or less at a number 10 role or a number 8 role, I really don't think we'll see anything from Salles. Which then leads me to the next point where I'm a bit embarrassed by Sundowns. The way we've treated Peter Shalulile as a fan base, also management and coach, especially the two recent coaches. This thing of Peter being on the bench a lot, playing here, playing there. I could be wrong, but Peter Shalulile is just right behind Daniel Mambush Budawe as Sundowns' greatest goal scorer of all time. Club record, overall. You don't treat a legend like that. You simply don't. I'll put it out there. The difference between Peter Shalulile and the rest of the strikers in the PSL and at Sundowns was clear on Saturday afternoon for me. Last week when we played Raja Casablanca, we played with 10 men. They had a low block in. We did not have a striker that could try and stretch the game. We didn't have a striker that could come into midfield, hold the ball and connect play. We did not have any of that. We had Icham Reyners, who, yes, he's on fire. He's looking good. He should be in Bafana, deserves all the credit, but he's nowhere near the level of Peter Shalulile as a striker. Let's put goals away for 10 seconds there. Just look at the overall impact, overall play, the runs, the dropping deep, holding up the ball. In African football, you need a striker that can hold up the ball. You need a striker that can run beyond the defense. You need a striker that's smart enough to know when to make runs and when to curb a run so that he avoids an offside. Peter Shalulile is all of that. He did it on Saturday again. I still don't understand why Peter Shalulile is not starting games. Not just because of what he did on Saturday, but overall, when I look at some of the games Sundowns have underperformed, where they've lost 1-0 or maybe drawn, Shalulile should be there. he should be getting more minutes. I think Peter Shaluli is still fit enough to start games for Sundowns. And the difference between Shaluli and everybody showed itself when he came onto the pitch. You could just see, yes, fine, those goals were finder goals, but look at the runs that he made. The first goal, he made sure he stays on side. Very difficult. Heads it in, 1-1. Second goal, the run that he made confuses the defender and the goalie, goes in between, he kicks the ball right in between the goalie, and then that defender scores an own goal. That for me is a fantastic strike. You will never see Salas do that. You'll never see Salas do it. Lucas Costa Ribeiro. You'll never see Ikram Reyners make those runs. You'll only see them from Peter Shaluli at Mamelodi Sundowns. And it's sad and disgraceful, in my humble opinion, the manner in which we have been treating Peter Shaluli this particular season. As a fan base, I see it on Twitter, I see it all over spaces. People are criticizing Shaluli. Some are even saying Sales is better than Shaluli. Shaluli is behind Mambush Mudau on the goal scoring record. He's one of the greatest goal scorers in the PSL of all time. Here we are saying Sales is better than him. Sifiso.
Yeah.
Apologies for that, some network issues. But I was just simply saying, for the life of me, I simply don't understand this treatment of Shaluli, this way we've been approaching Shaluli this season. I don't understand it. I personally don't like it. But on merit, Shaluli should start games, man. And I think at some point in one of our old videos, I mentioned Sundowns have a good front three. When you see Ribeiro, Shaluli alongside Ikram Reyners, we look better up front. So I don't know why we're trying to not use that anymore. Shaluli is now on the bench, and Sales is coming in, or if it's not Sales, it's another guy, it's Bodisang. We're trying so many different combinations and Sundowns. I think we're just confused. I just say, man, play your best 11. It's critical time. It's halfway through the season. Let's stop with the experimenting of this player, that player. Yes, I'm all for resting on rotating, but there's a certain time where for 3 or 4 games, I'd really like to see the best Sundowns 11 start, get some rhythm and get it going. And again, you're right. Against ASFA, I expect a win. I think Sundowns will make the quarterfinal. Probably they'll also win there and make a semi-final. I think this team is experienced enough. It's got enough talent. It hasn't been a great season in CAF. We saved it on Saturday, but I think there's something that we can do going forward, man. Hopefully we'll make a semi-final. I'll be happy if we make a semi-final playing like that. And we know Sundowns have said it. They just want to win CAF now. And if you don't win CAF at Sundowns, you're out the door. So Mr. Cardoso has to win. If he doesn't win CAF, he's out the door. Next season it's a new coach. They put it out there. That's the model. They're not gonna keep coaches for long anymore. They're not gonna do what's worked. They've thrown it out. They're going the Al Ahly route. The Al Ahly route of, if you don't win CAF, you're out. If you're not if you're not close to CAF, you're out. They're going the Al Ahly route. And I don't like it. I don't think it's sustainable football. I don't think it's realistic, but it is what it is. Sundowns, that's the direction the chairman, Mr. Mokhopi Motsepe and Flaming Berg have gone. Let them take it. We're just gonna have to be there for the ride it like a wave. But I'm not happy with it, personally. But let's see what happens. Happy that they won. Hopefully they'll get the next win, and hopefully we'll be in the quarterfinal in a couple of weeks' time. It would be good. It would be a joke if we didn't make it. Buying players for 60 million and buying all these players, and we don't make it to the final CAF. It would be an embarrassment, honestly. So I hope we do. Okay, Sifiso. Let's talk about your team, your favorite team, the Glamour Boys. You guys can't seem to get two.
Yeah.
You guys can't seem to get 2 wins or 3 wins in a row. What's going on there?
Man, it's tough. But we've been, Mina, from my point of view, I was expecting that. It is what I was expecting. I think Coach Nabi, we gave him, he's about now 6 months, he's been coaching Kaizer Chiefs. But in that 6 months, I think he hasn't found the rhythm right. Kaizer Chiefs. And I mentioned that last week. Yes. There's somewhere somehow uno wrong. But he won against Stellenbosch, a team that I was expecting to beat Kaizer Chiefs, Stellenbosch. not Golden Arrows.
Mm.
I thought we were going to win against Golden Arrows, then lose against Stellenbosch because of the form that Stellenbosch is in and the way Stellenbosch is playing. But unfortunately, we lost out against Golden Arrows. They needed the win. They were desperate for the win because it's tough for them in the law. They are down there. So they need a win. So it's a for them to boost their confidence, they need a win. And I mean, winning against Kaizer Chiefs, it boosts their confidence. So they will come all guns blazing. But you know, Unabi, he'll get it right. But I think time is not on his side. Unfortunately, time is not on his side. He needs to get it right quickly because fans are not, they won't be that much patient. You see, they might forgive Unabi for this season, but the coming season he has to do something. See,
Yeah.
he needs to sign players, quality players. Police is one of those players that I think are on the line of being signed, but is not convincing whether it's going to sign a player like Police. But when I look at the Kaizer Chiefs squad, they still need more players than a Police, more players than a Police, to beef up the squad. Say Kaizer Chiefs up front, they're still lacking. What is this guy? Who is this guy? Sahil. Uh, I'm not sure about that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that guy, and I'm not sure about other players in the squad. I'm not only talking about a game against Golden Arrows only. I'm just talking about the overall performance, the Kaizer Chiefs so far. I feel Uguti, another player, Ungobo, especially Ungobo has been promising, even today is still promising. uh, Uzwane, not performing at all. Usabelo Uzwane. Bloom is doing well, although he's playing out of position, according to me. He's playing on the right-hand side, far right there, as a fullback. I'm not sure why, but he's performing, he's doing well. But, man, this Kaizer Chiefs team, for me, is not promising for this season. And with this inconsistency, they won't make it to the top 8. Trust me. Believe me, we won't make it to the top 8 with this performance. You can't lose today and I mean this week you win, next week you lose, this week you win, next week you lose. And if you are not consistent in this league, it will chow you. This league has improved and this league is becoming better. So I think it's going to be tough for us to qualify for the MTN 8 the way, I mean for the MTN 8 or for the top 8 with this performance. I'm worried about a lot of players with Kaizer Chiefs that performing. And Unabi needs those players to perform. Needs them to perform. So the sooner Unabi gets the right players, the better. There are good players, quality players at Kaizer Chiefs, but they are not good enough for what Nabi wants to implement. Or what we think he plans to implement. According to him, they are not good enough. According to him. But I don't know. But in the future, he needs to sign. Not in the future, now. It's January. We need to do something.
Yeah. We kind of running out of time, but we'll just park it here with the Chiefs. We won't go to the other story we planned on talking about. I agree with you. Because I said it to Chiefs supporters that let the coach come in, let him put in his philosophy, let him see what the issues are. Let him identify the issues. Give him time. This season for me is what they call a free hit. Let him identify all your problems because Kaizer Chiefs is flawed fundamentally and structurally. He needs to weed out all the issues and start to fix the issues and build. And building is not something of a season. It takes 2, 3, 4 seasons. You understand? And Kaizer Chiefs is very different to a Sundowns or a Pirates, where at Pirates, the players were always there. It was just a matter of getting the right type of coaching and the right type of philosophy and the right type of direction. And they got it, they're going somewhere. Mamelodi Sundowns, similar thing where Pizzo found cracks. Pizzo laid a foundation. He built on that foundation. And as he left, other people just kept building and growing from that foundation Pizzo had laid for them. Coach Nabi also now, he's digging his own foundation. There's no foundation at Chiefs. He didn't find a great squad. He didn't find everything there. He only found a great marketing team, fantastic facilities, and that's about it. And a great fan base. That's about it. But on a football on the pitch, he didn't find anything. So now he has to grow the team. He has to lay a foundation, lay a mentality, develop an attitude, and get a winning mentality going. And that's very difficult. That's why you see them win today, lose tomorrow, win today, lose tomorrow, lose, win, lose. It will be like that. It's going to, this season is just one of those seasons where you have to put your heart on a plate and say, okay, this season, I'm not going to get too emotional. Because right now, when we watch Chiefs, you easily identify who's supposed to be there and who's not supposed to be there. You mentioned Christian Saile. There's many players that we can mention, bruh. I'm not sure why guys like Bo Happy Mashian. I'm not sure what the situation is there. He's there. And I've said this before in a previous meeting with you that there are some people at Kaizer Chiefs who just seem to enjoy playing for Chiefs. They enjoy wearing the tracksuit. They enjoy getting the salary. They enjoy telling their friends and their girlfriends and their brothers and their sisters and the people in the areas they live that I'm in Chiefs. I play for Chiefs. But they're not really impactful on the field. They're not giving the club anything. They're not giving the fans anything. And it's sad because you mentioned a guy that I used to like, when he came onto the scene, he was really one of those top-ranked young talents who were thinking, yeah, here we go, a good Kaizer Chiefs player. He was even given the legendary number 12, Yatabu. He was a fantastic player, Tiki Tiki Mu. He was given that jersey. He's done nothing with it. And I'm going to tell you something. You will remember me one day, bro. There was a player there at Kaizer Chiefs called Pule Hendrik Ekstien. I think he's playing for Amazulu as we speak. That player was having potential and promising from the age of 19 until he left Chiefs at whatever age. He was promising. He's still promising even now at Amazulu. Ngosi Nyiphile does not want to end up like that. He needs, at some point, your game needs to grow to another level. If it does not, especially at a big club like Chiefs, you'll find yourself playing for Amazulu, Golden Hours, or Chippa United. That's just the reality. It's a cutthroat business. And he's not the only one. Sam was one. People love this kid. I've said it before. I love him, but he needs to start growing as a football player. You've been playing for Chiefs now. For about 3 or 4 seasons, you've been in the team. You've been having the same potential that you've had since you came into the team. Please grow. Start showing us something. Because there's potential. Everybody sees it. But there's nothing coming home to say to us, yeah, no, this guy is doing well. The only player I would say now that I'm enjoying watching at Chiefs is Mududuzi Shabalala and Wandisile Duba from the academy side. And Villagaz. Those players you can clearly see every game you see something. Shabalala has grown. He's probably the one player who's grown at Chiefs. Then you have Duba. Duba has been fantastic this season. Yes, he's been inconsistent, good game, bad game here, but he's been fantastic in some games. And you're like, this kid is really solid. He just needs to do this every week. But some of the other guys there in the team, they're not doing it. I'm not sure what Yusuf Mart offers Kaizer Chiefs. I'm not sure what Rief Fosler offers Kaizer Chiefs. There's a player you guys love there at Kaizer Chiefs. Your fans love him. They take pictures with him. Miguel Ignacio, apparently he's a big shot. I don't see it. I just see an extremely flawed, old-fashioned defender who just bullies and matches, who's really not that good. Maybe me, I'm a biased. I like my defenders like your Van Dijk, your Van Dijk and your maybe Rio Ferdinand if you want to go back then. I like those type of defenders. These defenders that just try to bulldoze everything and everyone are not my kind of defenders because they'll get you in trouble, especially if you're playing against a skillful team. They will expose you. Sundowns once exposed them recently. It's bad to watch that. It's bad. There's a lot of work to be done there. Coach Nabi needs to identify. Management needs to help Nabi identify and then get the right type of players. They can build this thing again. It's going to take a while. This season, I think it's done. I said it last week. It's like watching Netflix. You're always waiting for the next season. This season is over for Chiefs, man. It's just now just to watch games. It's just you're basically just marking the register. You're just attending matches to you have to fulfill fixtures, But overall, the season's done. Chiefs are not gonna win anything. They're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna make any noise. Maybe they'll win a Soweto derby. Maybe they'll beat Sundowns 1-0. Maybe they'll do something there. But in terms of substantial trophies and everything, that's not going to happen. Already the head needs to go to the next season and look forward to the building of this team because right now it's in the foundation phase, and it shows, man. It really, really shows, man. But yeah, man. On that
It's
note,
clear.
man,
It's
we
clear.
can
Clear.
yeah.
Clear.
On that note, we can wrap it up unless you have something you wanna say.
I know. Nothing. I have nothing much. Thank you for this, man. Thank you. Thank you for this. It's always a pleasure discussing football with you, and hope people will continue supporting us and watching.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, that's it. Whoever's watching this, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We try our best to that every Monday or Tuesday we post something so we can get it out there so that we can just sometimes we vent our frustrations, sometimes we just talk football. But yeah, and obviously there's a lot to discuss in football. We just can't discuss everything. Our time is very, very limited. But again, I appreciate you, Sifiso, for coming out, making time for me, and yeah, allowing us to have this
Thank you.
conversation again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
All
so much.
right. No, with that said,
Yeah.
have a good one.
Sure, sure.
Until the next time. Bye for now.